doe and a mom deer like in the pathway. And that I wasn't expecting to see here by the ocean. So it was a start. It was just like really a special moment, and so it was really special. So that just made my day. My other connection with wildlife this weekend, unfortunately, we have mice in the house now, which is it's kind of a bummer. But I'm really grateful that I found a trap and release mouse trap because I don't want to kill mice. So I spent a couple of days, taking little mice out into the fields and releasing them. And then I thought about it being the year of the metal rat, and it is fall, which is the metal time, and so
Right?
they're showing up. They're showing up to say hello, but I don't want them in our kitchen. So we're, we're taking them somewhere else. So that's been our weird few nights.
Uh, well, that's good. And Miss Heather Lynn, what are you grateful for?
Well, I was going to say something, but I'm going to change my mind now that you guys are talking about the wild and all the animals. So I did see a guy with a T-shirt with a big deer on it this morning. So I did connect to wildlife, city wildlife. So I'm still grateful for my window and looking and seeing all the different things. I'm grateful to be here and I'm grateful to see all of you.
Yes, yes. And of course, I'm grateful for all of you to be here. I mean, you all, uplift my chi energy and get me out in the morning, so which is really good. Anyway, so I can't believe this is as Adria was saying, this is the 200th day, starting from March 13th of this pandemic lockdown. Based on when they shut down the U.S. So anyway, I can't believe that, but we're all here, so that's the most important thing. So I thought I'd begin our week by reading from, This I Believe, the essay for the week, and then we'll go on from there. But this essay, to talk about creativity, is Unleashing the Power of Creativity by Bill Gates. And Mr. Bill Gates, the chairman of Microsoft. So anyway, so this is, of course, an essay back in many years ago. But let me read you this essay, and then we'll do a very brief reflection. So, unleashing the power of creativity. I've always been an optimist, and I suppose that is rooted in my belief that the power of creativity and intelligence can make the world a better place. For as long as I can remember, I love learning new things and solving problems. So when I sat down at a computer for the first time in seventh grade, I was hooked. It was a clunky old teletype machine and could barely do anything compared to the computers we have today, but it changed my life. When my friend Paul Allen and I started Microsoft 30 years ago, we had a vision of a computer on every desk and in every home, which probably sounded a little too optimistic at a time when most computers were the size of refrigerators. But we believed that personal computers would change the world, and they have. And after 30 years, I'm still as inspired by computers as I look back in seventh grade. I believe that computers are the most incredible tool we can use to feed our curiosity and inventiveness, to help us solve problems that even the smartest people couldn't solve on their own. Computers have transformed how we learn, giving kids everywhere a window into all of the world's knowledge. They're helping us build communities around the things we care about and to stay close to the people who are important to us, no matter where they are. Like my friend Warren Buffett, I feel particularly lucky to do something every day that I love to do. He calls it tap dancing to work. My job at Microsoft is as challenging as ever, but what makes me tap dance to work is when we show people something new, like a computer that can recognize your handwriting or your speech, or one that can store a lifetime's worth of photos and they say, I didn't know you could do that with the PC. But for all the cool things that a person can do with a PC, there are a lot of other ways that we can put creativity and intelligence to work to improve our world. There are still far too many people in the world whose most basic needs go unmet. Every year, for example, millions of people die from diseases that are easy to prevent or treat in the developed world. Here in the United States, only one of three high school graduate students graduates ready to go to college or hold down a good job. I believe that my good fortune brings with it a responsibility to give back to the world. My wife Melinda and I have committed to improving health and education in a way that can help as many people as possible. As a father, I believe that the death of a child in Africa is no less poignant or tragic than the death of a child anywhere else, and that it doesn't take much to make an immense difference in these children's lives. I'm still very much an optimist, and I believe that progress on even the world's toughest problems is possible, and it's happening every day. We're seeing new drugs for deadly diseases, new diagnostic tools, and new attention paid to the health problems in the developing world. I'm excited about the possibilities I see for medicine, for education, and of course, for technology. And I believe through our natural inventiveness, creativity, and willingness to solve tough problems, we're going to make some amazing achievement in all these areas in my lifetime. So, on that note, do you want to say any thoughts or reflections? I thought that seemed to be a very good topic to begin our week about creativity and talk about inventiveness. I mean, look at the Zoom platform. Who would have ever thought that the Zoom platform would be the way for us to connect, during this pandemic? And also, for our daily gatherings, here's, Allison from Ontario and Adria from Virginia and Lee and Cape May and, Dee in Florida and us and Jochen in Germany. I mean, and the New Yorkers. I mean, it's pretty amazing that we can kind of gather together and not worry about parking in Midtown Manhattan and coming to our place here, once a week. So, any thoughts or comments or observations before we go into our meditation? So, Rita.
I just wanted to reflect on the power of creativity and for me personally, how beneficial it has been during this time. It's an area of my life that I have not explored as much. And now that we've been in lockdown, I can't believe it's been 200 days, but I started singing again, learning to paint. I did a session with Lydia yesterday, and just, in the past, I think my creativity expressed it through mothering my daughters, and then I transitioned it to mothering my college students. But this is the first time where I'm learning to mother my creativity for myself.
Mm, absolutely. Well, talk about that's what the blessings, I suppose, from this pandemic is about the priorities. The priorities is about taking care of ourselves. And, we always talk about, the analogy of being on the airplane, when the oxygen mask comes down, we have to take care of ourselves first before we take care of others. And in a way, that's what this challenging time is definitely uncovering for a lot of people. And well, I just kind of want to say something that thought crossed my mind. Yes, we have this incredible technology, but I have to say, for people who are not technologically savvy, I mean, here I am just dealing with the healthcare system, just going through to get, unemployment or going through the doctor's appointments. And if you don't even know how to manage the computer, I don't know how people get through it. And here I am dealing with my oncologist or dealing with the cardiologist and, all this telezoom conference and whatever, but also, I could tell a lot of people go through the cracks because they don't know how to use the technology, or for the people who don't even have Wi-Fi access. So, that's, the other flip side of the coin. Here we are in this pandemic. There are people who don't even have access, to even know how to do this. So, anyway, um, but of course, on the other side about creativity, of course, here I am connecting to doing my memoir. If I didn't connect to my cousin Lana, who would have ever known that I have an ancestral home in China? So, seeing pictures of that, has inspired me to, to write a book. So, who would have ever thought that would have happened, and during this pandemic? So, anyway, any other thoughts or comments? Nancy.
Along that same line of thinking, just because something's creative, you have to look at why it's creative, why it's created. I'm thinking drugs. I'm thinking ask your doctors for this drug. They're having people ask for drugs for things that they don't even have because it's created. The pharmacy wants you to use it and ask for it. My own oncologist told me he almost fell off the couch when he heard the drug that he's prescribing advertised on TV because it's very toxic. It's highly damaging. It should only be used occasionally, but it's being pushed like it's M&Ms on TV. So just because something's created doesn't mean that it's good for everybody. Just because you have TikTok or Zoom or any of these other platforms, some of it's brought a lot of harm to a lot of people. These dating sites, where they're allowing people to come in and be predators on young girls. So I'm impressed by art, I'm impressed by culture, but I'm not really all that impressed just because something's new in the latest gadget and the latest invention, because you have to look at the motives of who's creating this stuff. Are they creating cures, or are they creating treatments so that they have an unending supply of patients to treat? So I guess I'm a little in a down sort of mood. I'm thinking of cancer treatments. They've been treating it for 40 years, but they're not curing it.
That's right.
And I think why? Because there's more money in treatment than there is in cure. So sorry to be a downer, but just be aware that not everything that's created is for everybody's good.
No, I don't.
Just got chills when you said that.
And Lee, just one thought for you. My daughter was a manager of Petland in a mall, and they had a lot of dog food and cat food, so they had a lot of mice. And she saved every animal she ever came across. So every day she would come and she'd peel all the mice off the glue strips and let them loose in a center hallway of the mall, which had a lot of pizza places. She got fired. Be careful where you let those mice go.
Oh no, we're driving now. I'm very far away, so don't worry. I know. But yeah, I love that story. I love that she did that, I wish it was like on video for taking the mice off the traps.
Yeah, she would peel them off with nail polish remover.
It probably is on video. That's why she got fired.
Yeah. She became a steam fitter after that. She didn't do well. She was letting go all the poor animals.
Well, Miss Nancy, you're not a Debbie Downer. Actually, you are the ultimate of the yin yang. This is definitely the yin yang.
I guess.
Absolutely. Anyway, I think at this point, I think we better do our meditation. So, so let's just kind of relax and sit comfortably in our chairs. And if you want to join with me, do the left hand on top of the right hand and your thumbs together and just kind of sit comfortably in our chair and just relax. And feel your feet flat on the floor. Oh, Heather, could you get my bells? Oh, here they are. Sorry, I have to get my bells. The bells of hope were in the corner over here. Sorry. Okay, back again. Let's just sit, relax, put your feet flat on the floor. Sit comfortably in our chairs. Clear our minds. And let's imagine ourselves to find a beautiful place out in nature. Whether we're sitting by the calm lake, or maybe in the mountains, or sitting with the wildflowers in the fields and the trees. And just breathe and relax. And let's begin our time together with the bells of hope. And just breathe and relax. And this is a sitting meditation, the Zhong Tian Yi Qi. And the position of our hands, the left hand on top of our right hand, and our thumbs touching lightly together. And thumbs touch signifies the harmony of our world, the harmony within ourselves. The left hand represents yang. The right hand represents the yin. The left hand represents the heavens. The right hand represents the earth. Heaven connecting to earth. And the formation of our hands represents the shape of our hearts. And just breathe and relax. And just relax your entire being. Relax our heads. Relax our necks. Relax our shoulders. Relax our arms, our hands. Just breathe in and breathe out. Bring our attention to our hearts, the middle dantian. Relax. Be grateful for our hearts, constantly beating 24/7. Just relax. Relax the lower dantian, located between the solar plexus and our sit bones. Relax the lower dantian, also known as the golden stove. Relax our hips, our thighs, our knees. Even relax our ankles and our feet. And just imagine this beautiful golden cord of energy coming from the universe along the central channel of our bodies, going through our base of the chair, through our legs, going down deep, 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 deep down, holding hands with Mother Earth. Relax and breathe. And let's just listen. Maybe you listen to the universe. listen to God. Or maybe it's listening to Mother Earth. Or listen to our hearts. And in Chinese medicine, our hearts is known as the commander-in-chief. Listen to our hearts. Or just simply listen to the silence. And gently, gently bring your attention to our hearts. And our hearts just sitting on a beautiful lotus flower, just floating, floating on cool, calm waters, the waters of life. And our hearts emanating purple light energy of good health, emanating harmony and hope and peace for our world. Breathe and relax. And just enjoy this place wherever you are out in nature, whether you're at the beach or in the mountains or the forest, or you can come join me in my beautiful gazebo in China on the side of the mountain, overlooking the meandering river below and the treetops, feeling the cool, gentle breezes, maybe the warmth of the sun, or maybe the gray clouds that are above us. Breathe and relax. Or maybe you can imagine ourselves becoming the lighthouse, and we are sitting in the lantern, emanating good health and harmony and peace. Yet we're still anchored, firmly anchored to Mother Earth, amid all of the swirling waters of emotions and feelings. And just continue our breathing gently in and out. We are the acupuncture needles, almost like the forest of bamboo, vibrant, wood green energy, flexible yet creative, filled with uplifting chi energy. And just breathe and relax. And let's just gently, gently, gently put our hands into our prayer position, our prayer mudra, and be grateful. Be grateful for our health. Be grateful for our safety. And be grateful for peace and harmony for our global community. And I'm going to close our time with the ringing of the bells. Om Mani Padme Om, Om Mani Padme Om, Om Mani Padme Om. Om Mani Padme Om, Om Mani Padme Om, Om Mani Padme Om. Om Mani Padme Om, Om Mani Padme Om, Om Mani Padme Om. Om Mani Padme Om. The 6 true words in Sanskrit, welcoming good health, prosperity, smiles, and peace for our world. Now gently, gently, gently rub our palms together. And just caress your face and tap, 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 tap the lower part of your face, around your forehead, your head, little tap dance with your feet on the floor. Tap, tap, tap the top part of the arm, the lower part of the arm. Tap, 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 tap. Tap your heart